Hello traders, this is Day Trader Matt with businesswithtrading.com. Hope everyone's having an awesome St. Patrick's Day today and a great first day of the week. Today was a great day today. We had a nice gap up, some follow through, and then basically a little sell off and some sideways action into the 12 o'clock lunchtime period. Today we had 4 trades and pulled 18.5 points out of the markets. And days like today, definitely you can celebrate a little bit. You don't want to get too carried away because you don't want to build an ego. For me personally, whenever I would have a day like this, many years ago when I was first starting out trading, I would celebrate and build an ego, and the next day I would definitely lose money. You know, and that's why I say, you definitely don't want to build an ego because the market is always going to be right, and we have to realize that as traders. It's not who's right or wrong, it's about who can follow their rules the best and end up making money in the end. That's what trading's all about. It has nothing to do with who's right, who's wrong. It doesn't matter. I see in different forums that I read, or new traders coming to me, they're like, well, I'm right about this, I'm right about that, and they want to tell me things in their life that they did that they were right. I did this, I did that, I did. I don't want to sound, you know, negative, but in the grand scheme of things, like, it doesn't matter. The market doesn't care if you analyzed correctly and got it wrong, or if you analyzed it wrong and got it right, or if you analyzed it right and got it right, or analyzed it wrong and got it wrong. The market doesn't care. And the market is emotionless, where we have emotions and we see things from a different perspective. But the market really doesn't care. And that's one thing that I do talk about a lot, because I think that is very important. You know, being right doesn't matter. It really doesn't. And being wrong doesn't matter. The only effect it would have is to your P&L, which matters a little bit. But as far as my conversation right now, my rant, it doesn't matter. You want to be able to use your system, use your rules, determine what's going on, place a trade. The market's going to go wherever it wants to go. And usually your rules and your system would have some probability in it, and you would say, well, there's a higher probability that this could happen, and that's why you make the trade. And then the market's going to go. It's either going to stop you out or go towards your target. And then you can get out and say, well, that trade's over, now it's on to the next one. And that's much easier said than done, I know. I've been trading for a long time, and for me it's quite easy. I don't want to say it's like the easiest thing ever. It's not like changing a tire or writing your name, but it's fairly easy. I can say that. But that's one thing you definitely want to look at. And then when you're able to do that, you get that consistent profitability, and then you have days like today where we made 18.5 points, and you're able to just add that to your P&L. You're not trying to recover anything, just add it. And it really does make your weeks, days, months a lot better. I'm a firm believer that there's nobody out there that's going to make money every single day. There's going to be days where you lose money. If there were people out there that made money every single day, people would go from $1,000 to $1,000,000 inside of a year, and there would be a massive amount of stories about it. And that's just not the case. So obviously that's something that doesn't happen. People don't make money every single day. And I definitely, if you've been watching my videos for longer than a couple, 5-6 days, then you've seen that. I definitely don't make money every single day. It just doesn't happen. But anyway, I wanted to talk about that a little bit. I think it's definitely an important concept to be able to follow your rules and your system, and just know that the market doesn't care. if you're right or wrong, it doesn't matter. So really, the only thing you're doing when you tell people that you're right or wrong is you're trying to make yourself feel better. And as traders, we do really have to be on our game, on our mental game. We can't, be like, I'm okay, feel bad and let other things come in and affect our trading. So anyway, hopefully that made sense. Hopefully it rung a bell with some of you out there. You can always leave comments below the video if you want. You can also email me directly, support@abusinesswithtrading.com. I definitely welcome your messages. There's no such thing as a dumb question. Any questions, comments, feedback, suggestion, whatever. I hate your voice, Matt. You need to start typing your videos. Whatever you want to say is cool with me. With that, have an awesome rest of your day. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you back here in the markets. Thank you.